Hello everybody. This video is going to be done from the perspective of we believe this news article and we believe that the videos from the wildfire cameras have not been edited. What difference does it make? What does it tell us? Well, let's go from that perspective, okay? I'm going to be doing a live stream. We're going to go over this more in depth. But what I want to show you in this video is I have still shots from both the lightened and the dark videos. The overlay is great, but the problem is you lose shadows, you lose certain movements. What I have been able to find out was she stopped. At the point she stopped, there was a 14-second pause where that car stopped before going into the water. That car was going approximately 11 miles per hour when it hit the water. Okay? Those are facts that have been proven by science. That's one. Two, the next thing I want to say, none of the videos, lightened, enlightened, none of them show who was driving the car, how many persons were in the car, even what color car that was. We are assuming because of the time frame that it's her car. Then, secondly, SF Investigates, who was the first person to find and release this video, allegedly, says that he believes it was the 12:51, not the 12:34 mark where her car went into the water. So if the person that originally found it can't even surmise which time frame is correct, and I say the reason he's changing it is because that if he says the 12:33, 12:34, it makes Sammy a liar. It makes Elsa a liar. Now my next thing to say is, what does this video change? Well, in my hypothesis and theory, it changes nothing. Because I believed from day one that the roadside assistance guy saw a car similar to hers, saw people that looked similar to Jagger and Kiely, and made assumptions. Police have obtained that video. I have shown the news article speaking about it. They know who's in the video. They know what car is in it. And they know that it is not Kiely in her car. So therefore, we're back to what does this video change? In my theory, in my way of looking at it, it changes nothing. At 11 miles an hour, if there wasn't an impact hard enough to slap her airbags on, then there probably wasn't an impact hard enough for her to end up into the very back hatch. Which begs to ask, who was driving her car? Or it may be in her passenger seat that didn't direct her to stop and that jumped out the passenger's window that was all the way down. Yeah, we don't see anybody come right up the embankment. We do see a car turn off their lights and sit there for a minute, though. And we see a lot going into the woods that we couldn't have seen a person get out of the car and go up through the woods and jump into another car. We have had reports of one individual's clothing being wet when they got home. I'm just saying. To me, this video just disproves the fact that she might have been at Boca the next day. It does not change who was driving, how did she end up in the hatch, and allegedly with no clothing on. None of that is changed. It also doesn't change the fact that adults gave a 16-year-old minor the car and the keys and allowed them to drive, because if she arrived at 10:30, she wasn't supposed to be driving after 10 p.m. by herself or with her friends. It had to be an adult or guardian that's a licensed driver in the vehicle with her. At least that's the way I understood the law by reading it. So you have that. Then you have multiple adults admitting, one specific, to sharing the same cup of alcohol with her, giving her drink. Not only contributed to delinquency of a minor, but there's other things, as well as the illicit substances that were given and admitted to. What does that all mean? Well, you all have contributed to delinquency of a minor, but you're also given the keys. You're helping that minor commit a criminal act before, during, and after. And the same for the illicit substances and the alcohol. Now, the question to be begged legally is, were it not for the fact she was driving when she wasn't supposed to, and given alcohol when she was underage and not supposed to be drinking, and illicit substances, that the toxicology report will show, if not for those things that have been admitted to by the adults, and I'm talking 18 and older around her, would she have taken a wrong turn and driven to her demise? Would she have been turned around and confused and driven into the water directly, ending her life? And the answer to those questions is no. How many times had she been in that area prior? And she never took a wrong turn before, but she was never drunk and on those drugs before, right? Allegedly. So, is there still a criminal investigation? Yes. If it was a simple driving accident where she just drove, should there be a criminal investigation open still? And the answer is yes. Yes. Period. There's no two ways about it. It changes absolutely nothing to me, personally, in my opinion. Yours are welcome. We're going to discuss these pictures, especially Mr. Nate's grandparents with Nancy Pelosi and Mr. Mark Wheat Singh, or if I'm probably mispronouncing it, that works for Google. Last but not least, please continue to pray for me and my family. Anybody that would like to help me get the additional blood pressure medicines I need and other medicines, please reach out through PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, however. Everything's in the description. We all have a viral pneumonia strain. Peace, love, and light. See y'all later this evening.